Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing very well tonight. Let's choose a fireplace background tonight. Oh, yeah. This is how my room looks at night. It's very, very cozy. Love it. We're gonna do a late night stream and catch everybody up with what I think is can't speak properly. Sorry. We're gonna catch everybody up with what Bitcoin has been doing for pretty much the whole year. I've been oh man, you know what? I added $50,000 of Algorand just a few days ago. I added 50K of Algorand right around here. So I'm up about 3% on that. I added Polkadot this morning as well, actually. 50K of Polkadot. So that's flying as well. Up another 3% on that. And I added 4 more Bitcoins, about $100,000 before that breakout over here. So I'm doing really well with my long-term investments. My long-term investments this year is up more than $700,000 already on like a huge position on a $1.7 million position from the beginning. But keep in mind that my portfolio is from like way back, right? So it's been managed really well. I didn't just buy like on the bottom over here. I've been managing it since 2017 or so. So overall, very, very happy with the year. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know about this cool mouse pad that I designed. There's another one, but I made a mistake. I'll just show you guys it on my computer, actually. You guys are going to love it. It's like 2 awesome mouse pads. So this is the first one right here. This is the second one. And the reason why I designed them is because I thought to myself, well, you guys probably need like a rule list, like a checklist of some sort. I'll get myself out of the way here. So this mouse pad here, it's designed so that it's right on your desk. It's gigantic. It's like 40 centimeters deep by 90 centimeters long. So it's a full mouse pad that's like on the desk. It looks like this on the desk. And I think you guys should definitely get it because it has rules and guidelines on here. That's critical for you to be successful, in my opinion. So let's just say that you get... hold on, let me just pull it up here. So, for example, the successful day trading checklist, the idea is you're going to read it every single time before entering a trade. Every single time before you're entering a trade and during the trade as well. And also maybe after as well. So if you ask yourself these questions, and I ask myself it every single time, I ask myself, will I be disciplined and stick to my trading plan? Do I have multiple reasons to enter? Am I likely to win this trade? Do I have an exit, an entry, and a stop loss? Is my risk to reward ratio defined? Will I wait for confirmation before entering? How much will I risk? How long will this trade take? Is my position size acceptable? Is my leverage acceptable? Am I confident taking this trade? Will I stick to my stop loss and cut them fast? Will I document and review my trade? I mean, imagine if you read that every single time before you enter a trade. I mean, how likely is it that you're going to improve your trading? Here, this one I removed it because I have to change the use leverage. I forgot a space on here. This is probably the cooler one. And this one, it's the 13 commandments of trading. It says, I will always maintain discipline and stick to my trading plan. Only take trades with multiple reasons to enter. Have a risk to reward ratio. I will always have an entry, exit, and stop loss, and so on and so on. So if you have it on your mouse pad every single time and you read this, the chances of you being successful is definitely going to increase tremendously over time. So just check out the link in my bio and in the description here. You guys will be able to access a lot of the Team Philakone essentials, such as the hats that I'm wearing always, and also some cool t-shirts as well if you want to support and represent the Team Philakone brand. I think that day trading, it's not just about, like staying at home and making good strategies and so on. It's also about feeling confident. And I like to dress stylish in my own stuff. I don't know about you guys, having a good sense of community as well. So it's designed to motivate you and push you to new heights and think creatively. So definitely have a look at that, guys. And of course, if you want to support me, that would be great as well. I make like $10, $15 from each one or something. And I'm probably going to donate like 50% of it to some charity like for animals in Istanbul. That's usually what I do with a little bit of excess money. So thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here on a Sunday night. I didn't want to be here, because I'm exhausted from working out a lot, but I promised I would do a Sunday weekly roundup every single Sunday, and here we are. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about how I'm in love with the Chandelier exit indicator, okay? So on the Chandelier exit indicator, what we see over time is that it's always going to go back and forth, and it's going to hover. For example, in the 2017 bull market, okay, you're going to see it, for example, it finally turns green, like leading up to the 2017 bull market. It finally turns green, and this is based off of the ATR. The one that I use specifically is this one here, Chandelier exit by Everget. This first one, oh, I made over 4,000 people use his indicator because when I first started using it, it only had 5,000 users. So this is the one by Everget, and I have it on the default setting here, multiplier 3, period 14. So what this tells you is the volatility. It measures the average true range, which is the measure of the volatility. And when it's volatile enough, it'll have a support trend line that measures the volatility. And then when the volatility breaks, it's going to turn red. So you'll see here that's trending upwards. And I have to remind you that this volatility indicator, the Chandelier exit, it's only useful when there's volatility. If it's sideways, you're not going to really get too much action, like over here, for example. So when there's volatility, it'll turn green and the price is now above it. When it's changing the volatility, it turns red, like for example, sideways. When it's ranging upwards, it'll turn green. So you'll notice here that it often turns from green to red, green to red, green to red. And then when there's a major bull market, it'll often show only green. So the way that we use this is as a stop loss. So let's say that you got into an entry above this high over here, right over here. So this is the high, you would agree with me. You enter in a breakout and you would not close it until it gets very close to the green line or below it again. So just as an example there, okay? So there's two options how you can use this. You can stop yourself out early as soon as it gets to the green line and wicks through it, or you can wait until it actually turns red. But when you wait until it turns red, right, it's this candle here. It might be a little bit too low already for you to notice it. So as soon as it closes red the first time, I would consider taking my profit. If you had used this strategy, you would be up 75% on Bitcoin right now. And it's always going to continue in a bull market. So for example, after you buy here on the breakout again in 2017, right around there, you're not going to stop yourself out until it either hits the green line. So that's one way to stop yourself out. Or the second way is until it turns red again. So when it turned red the first time, it was actually this candle right there. So you enter on the breakout here and you close it when it turns red, and you would have made yourself 373%. So this is a really cool indicator to be using. I talk a lot about that in the new book that I'm writing. The new book that I'm writing is just so freaking awesome. It's very professionally written with the help of AI. I'm about 90 pages in. It's going to motivate you like to another level of trading. It talks about some of the struggles that I've been through as a trader and how I just came into too much money at first. Like during my first bull market year, I turned like $2,000 into about 1.4 million. And then I pissed away literally half of that money. Half of it was just gone on partying, drugs, women, traveling. But the other half actually put it back into the market. And if it weren't for that one investment that I made, just holding Bitcoin and Ethereum, dollar cost averaging that 2018 year, I would probably be broke today. And then I talk about a lot more struggles like in 2019, 20, how I could have been broke again. And then how the 2021 bull market like really changed my life and it propelled me to like multi-million-dollar status. And now I'm on my way to managing about $10 million in the next bull market. So I just want everybody to know that regardless of what you're going through in life, I'm sure that there's a lot of inspiration that you can find from elsewhere. And the point of this book that I'm writing is to inspire you and to motivate you and to teach you a lot about the strategies that I'll be using in the next bull market to come. So if we take a look and compare, for example, the bull market in 2019, we'll say the end of 2019 leading up to 2021, you'll see the same type of pattern, right? What you're going to see is a combination of red to green, red to green, red to green. But then eventually what happens is it just stays green. It like literally just stays green. And I think that a lot of people probably would have made an entry. So the way that you use this is if you're finding it bounce off of a chandelier exit indicator, and then you see it break to another high, that's your entry. The yellow line is your entry. Okay, does that make sense? It has to bounce first of all, and then your entry is a break above it. And then your stop loss would be when it first turns red or when it first touches it. So I would personally take the approach of it turning red. So if you entered on the first bounce there in 2021, leading up to April, you would have exited right there at 47,000 or right around there, you have 47K. So you would have made yourself about 284%, right? So keep in mind that the chandelier exit indicator, it's much better used to take your profit or to stop yourself out. It's not the best to use to enter. I just want to be clear about that. It's called an exit indicator because it's used to exit the trade, not to enter the trade. So, and there must be volatility. Like here you could have done the same thing. It turns green and then it bounces off of here and then you buy it above the high. Okay. But let's just say you bought it above the high there and then you exit it where it turns red. You would be stopping yourself out at the exact same place, right? So the goal behind this is to actually zoom in once that you've entered on that green, that price range right over here. The goal is to zoom into a lower time frame and look for it where it turns red. So you would have stopped yourself out right around here. So here you would have actually taken a 12% profit instead. So now let's talk about the chandelier exit indicator and where we are right now. There's always going to be one chandelier exit indicator that's more dominant than the rest. So your job, hey Miss Teen Crypto, how are you doing, my girl? She's if you guys don't know who Miss Teen Crypto is, you guys should follow her. She's awesome. I follow her, Miss Teen Crypto. She's probably one of the, she's young first of all. She's 20. But the cool thing about young people is that like they're much more open-minded and they have a much better like analytical sense of crypto, because for her whole life, she's probably been in crypto, for like 10 years. So you're going to have a much more well-rounded view. So definitely give her a follow, guys. Miss Teen Crypto is pretty cool. So we're going to notice that right here, we see that let's just take a look at the 2 hour. You'll see that the 2 hour and the daily, it breaks up too much, okay? It breaks up to green to red too often, green to red too often as well over here. So it's not the best time frame to use. So you want to look for a time frame where it's going to be consistently red. So if you take a look at the 2 hour, the 2 day, it's also ranging too much from green to red over here. So what would happen if we moved up one more time frame? So you see on the 3 day, it's a perfect place for you to be watching because on the downtrend from the very top to the bottom, there was only one consistent ATR or chandelier exit that was telling you that, hey, this guy here is a time frame to use. So one entry that you could have used is, for example, as it breaks the green first of all here. So this is a series of steps, and these are the same strategies that I'll be using in the bull market. And keep in mind that I will be planning to trade with probably a capital of between $1 to $2 million for every single position. And I plan to bank in that bull market anywhere from $3 to $5 million of day trading profits. So I'm sharing with you guys the strategies that I'll be using exclusively. So take a look here. You see this one break right here, right? It turns from green to red all of a sudden. So you let it fall. Sure, you're going to waste about 3 months. Sometimes it's going to take 3 months to find an actual entry. And that's how professional day traders trade for these big positions that they swing over a period of time. So you let it drop, and what you look for, first of all, is a chandelier exit that's going to make sense. Okay, so right here it dropped. So on the daily, it ends up swinging too much. See, from green to red too much. So you know it's not the right time frame. And this is on the bar replay, by the way, to 2022 of May. On the 2 day, it's still too much. See that? It breaks up, then comes back down. But what about the 3-day? Okay, what about the 3-day? So you see on the 3-day, at first it hits the chandelier exit and bounces, then comes back down. So you can either make an entry as soon as you're starting to see the rejections, or you can identify a pattern where it's going to create a newer low. So once you do that, you basically ride it until the chandelier exit indicator changes again, until it breaks above that red line. So what you're going to see is that it keeps going, right? Keeps going. I'm not going to go all the way to today, so I'll just fast forward it. So what you see is that you entered it right up there. If you want to have more risk but make more profit with less confirmation, this is where you enter, right there. If not, you let it reject, look for this trend line that it's going to break down, and once it breaks down, you commit to riding it until the chandelier exit changes. So now you notice that it changes down over here. So you would have rode it from, let's say up here if you entered, down to over here for a 61% gain. That's where it changes. Or you short it from here to here. That's for a 51% gain. So these are gigantic profits that you could be making. And all professional traders, they use some sort of volatility indicator. And chandelier exit is the one that I use. So the way that we're trending right now is like this. Based off of an Elliott wave count, there are so many different ways to count this. But first of all, on the chandelier exit, notice that we tried to stay above green, but we fell down, and then we simply it turned red slightly, then it went right back up. So you know that it's trending really strong and bullishly right now. So the first thing I'll point out is the obvious that everybody probably sees is right here. This is a resistance range that's coming up soon. Now, I'm not sure where it's going to be, and it's better to always define a resistance in a range rather than in a specific price point. So you see it hit there multiple times here, here. So all of this, I don't think we're going to reject right here at the bottom. It'll be more like in this range somewhere. Does that make a lot of sense? I mean, it dates all the way back to 2021. And in 2021, it rallied, came down, bounced once, twice, 3 times. So that means that it's a strong support before, meaning it'll be a strong resistance now. So I don't think we're going to break above here. And ideally, if you take a 1-to-1 scenario, okay, so the Elliott wave count is obvious. This is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, that's a 5. There's no arguing about it. That is the count. This here is a B of some sort. A wave 2 of some sort. It's uncountable. No idea what the F it is. But if I had to count it, it would look something like this. It would look something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then this one here is a 5 somewhere in there. So this whole thing makes an ABC. And the B sucks, guys. The B retraced literally... Oh, sorry. The B ended up retracing like barely 236. That's the only extension I can guess right now that seems to make sense. Because it hits like about a 1-to-1 to 1618, around there. So this one here, if we break it down further, it seems like it's making impulse waves. This right here, I would disregard it and just count it as a WXY. Basically, lots of corrections that are occurring when it's trying to break out. So the best way to count this is probably to count this initial wave as somewhere in here as like, I don't know, like maybe this is like a 1, a 2, no, not there. Probably a here, sorry. 1, 2, 3, somewhere in here is a 4 and a 5. And I broke it down pretty far before in here. I'm not going to keep going, but this is making like an ABCDE that rises. See that? It rises, and then it makes the 5th wave in there. So if I had to guess a count right now, we're actually attempting a 3rd subwave. So if I had to clear all this out, this looks like it's making a 3rd subwave right now and a big freaking wave. There's no other way to see this. This is attempting to make some sort of 3rd wave. And we just might smash hard. So let's just say we take the initial 1st wave over here and we projected a 1-to-1 extension. Because based off of Elliott wave theory, it says that we got to hit at least a 1-to-1 extension, right? So did you guys notice that we actually hit 1-to-1 already? Take a look. So the 3rd wave is often the longest and never the shortest. meaning it could be shorter than wave 1 but longer than wave 5, or shorter than wave 5 but longer than wave 1. We've actually already hit that extension pretty much already. So you can see here that if I had to extrapolate that first wave right now, this is the very bullish case, okay? If I had to extrapolate it, it would look something like this, where this is now making a 1, 2, and this is a 3, and the 4 and the 5 to finish up the third, and then the 4 finishes up, okay? And then the fifth one is probably going to extrapolate somewhere, like, I don't know where, but it could be anywhere like up there even, because it's just so freaking bullish that if this was the first subwave right here, which it is, you have to assume the third wave will be bigger than the first wave, right? So if you assume it's going to be bigger than the first wave, and I took it from here to here, just based off of Fibonacci extension, the highest we can actually go is like 33,000, I would say. Anywhere between 30,000 and 33. So we'd have to break this region. But the question is, are we going to break it? If you take a look at this high over here, it's pretty much the high where we could go, around 31,700. But we have to be very, very careful of this specific resistance right here. But guys, I'm telling you that, like, I don't think we're gonna hit another bottom, man, like a new bottom. It's just, I understand all the macroeconomic factors and I consider them as well, but I'm also factoring in the bullish movement technically for how the charts are trending right now, how Bitcoin dominance is just, it's gaining some steam right now as well. And keep in mind that everything that we see in the charts, it reflects all fundamental values that have already occurred. And because of that, technically, it just says we're incredibly bullish right now. And we have not seen movements like this in a very long time. We take a look at every single time frame. The weekly is trending upwards. The RSI is just smashing right now. The 4-day is also going up. There's literally no loss of steam here at all. The daily is just smashing upwards. So I cannot even fathom how we are not in a mini bull market right now. I'm not saying we're going to lead to all-time highs this year, but what I'm saying is that the bulls are going to win a lot. The bears are going to win a lot as well, and they're going to constantly fight to gain position this year. And then it's going to lead up into the Bitcoin halving. Once it leads up to the Bitcoin halving next year and whenever it is, like March or June, 6 months after that, historically, there's a bull rally that begins. So it's important to do diligence right now. Just stay focused. Make sure you're studying. Make sure you're dollar cost averaging. If you're not dollar cost averaging and you try to buy near the Bitcoin halving, you're already effed. Your goal is to prepare ahead of time, not to jump on the bandwagon after you see it go through the news. Like if you're going to watch it on the news after it starts to spike up and you get excited about it, you're basically like, you know, the other 90% of the people that are just jumping on the bandwagon after you hear about it. One of my good friends from Montreal asked me, "Hey Phil, how do I start dollar cost averaging when the bull market begins?" I told him straight up, you fucking don't, man. You're too late to the party. You should have planned. You had 2 years to prepare for it since the last bear market ended. And now the year after the bear market is the year of accumulation. You're never going to snipe the bottom. There are two types of people. People who snipe the bottom or try to and miss it. And the people who dollar cost average that are always successful long-term like myself. Like I grew $2,000 to 1.4 million in 2017. That's crazy. And since then, I've just been on fire. And I'm on my way to make probably $10 million of profit in this next bull market. And this is my portfolio for all those that care. I have a delicate balance between these guys of 50% for Bitcoin, 35% for Bitcoin, 15% for Ethereum. And now my bag for Algorand is much higher. It's probably about 15%. And then the other 35% are split between DOT, SOL, AVAX, Link, ADA, AVE, or AVE rather, and HBAR I'll be adding very soon. And I'll also be starting to add new sectors such as AI coins to my portfolio as well. But I'm very, very keen about Algo. It's one of my best coins that I plan to make. I plan to make $1 million off of $100,000 off of Algo. And also Near Protocol is going to get on my list as well. I think that's a coin that can get in my top 20x. I think that's really going to have potential to get there. So as it stands right now, do you want to short? No, you don't want to short anything right now. You don't want to short because Bitcoin is going parabolic. What is a parabolic move? A parabolic move is defined by the slope increasing. And as you can see here, the slope is increasing. If you notice any type of parabolic moves upwards, it's never a good idea to try to catch the top. You will be unsuccessful 80% of the times, and maybe by sheer luck, you will win 20% of the time. It's always better to look for a trend change using the Chandelier exit indicator, using the triple EMA combinations such as the 8, the 13, the 55. Keep in mind that the EMAs and the Chandelier exit indicator, they tell you when the volatility or when the trend has changed. But keep in mind, it's a lagging indicator. So often enough, when you start to notice it change and drop below these lines, the change might have happened already. It might have happened like hours ago or minutes ago, depending on the time frame. So don't always rely on just technical indicators by itself that are lagging. Also rely on price action. But as it stands, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin from rallying further to $31,000, $32,000. There's no signs of bullish movement to the downside at all right now. So I just would recommend for you guys to just ride your portfolio position. Keep hunting for day trading positions using the crypto scanner every single day as well. And for the week, we're noticing that a lot of coins have actually skyrocketed this week. Tons are doing great volume. Coins like CFX have done 153%. What the fuck? It's not on my list. Why is it not on my list? That's why, because it's new. Okay, you guys got to make sure you go to sandwich.finance to update. If you don't know, sandwich.finance. If you guys are not using this, make sure you go here, download the futures list right here. So it downloads, go to your plus, no, not that one. Go to the three dots. Nope. Go to this one, go to import list, and then import it. Then there you go. It's gonna bring back every single coin from all of it. You can delete these ones that are red. So make sure you're constantly updating this list. You can delete the BTC DOM unless you care about it. You can delete the Ethereum DOM if there is one. No. So this way it's gonna update your list. Notice I didn't update mine since January 25 and I missed CFX completely. So we've got some coins like Mass that did 97%, right? So I gotta start trading. I'm making too much money on Bitcoin day trading, and I've only traded Bitcoin for 3 weeks. So it's time to take a look at some of the alts. But what we've seen is that a lot of the alts, they have recovered a tremendous amount. And keep in mind that alts have a higher beta than Bitcoin, meaning that when you compare altcoins to the standard, which is Bitcoin, every time Bitcoin moves, for example, 10%, the alts will move a multiplying factor of that by much more. So Bitcoin moves 10%. An altcoin might move 30%. Some coins have a higher beta. For example, CFX and Mask, they have a much higher beta. I just want to take a look at Mask, what it's doing. Okay, so it's on fire. Like Mask is on fire. So some coins, notice how some coins reached the high in February and then they dropped. Some coins have actually broken above that high and rallied tremendously. For example, Mask has done that, right? Mask has definitely done that. And then you can see CFX probably do that too. Right? CFX is February. It broke above it. You can probably see STX do that too, I'm guessing. Yeah, STX broke above it. But you're going to see other shit coins, like the ones in my portfolio right now, that have not broken above it. So notice that they fell down and they only retraced a little bit. That's with Algo, with DOT, with Sol, with, AVAX, with Link, like all these coins of mine, they haven't broken out like way higher than the high of this year. But some other alts have. So it's better to focus on day trading the coins that are actually moving with Bitcoin and with a larger percentage movement. So you don't want to focus on the coins that are doing nothing, like my altcoins that I'm holding for my portfolio. You want to go for the coins that are moving tremendously. And that's it, guys. I just wanted to catch you up today. So right now I'm expecting a target up to between 30,000, I would say, and also 32,000 at the high side. Yeah, I think actually realistically 29,000 to about 31,005. That's where I'm expecting a huge rejection soon, because we've already hit the 1-to-1. So after we hit a 1-to-1, time for a correction. So I'm going to take a Better 101. How much was my monitor setup? Oh gosh. I'm using a 32-inch LG. I'm using a 55-inch LG G2 OLED. This whole setup cost about $16,000, I think. 17,000. Yeah, and I'm using just a portable monitor for traveling. I have like a video somewhere. You're welcome to DM me and I'll send you the link for like my computer setup. But I don't want to get into this video. I'm just going to read some of your comments, everybody, and try to answer some tactical questions that I have or that you may have. By the way, guys, I am releasing the book soon. The book is awesome. It's going to come with the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide. It's going to come with a lifetime Discord membership. It's going to come with my book, the companion book that will come with it in a beautifully wrapped gift box package. So it's when you open it, you're going to get a sense of confidence and pride for owning this book. It's going to come with some cool merchandise, like Team Philakone merchandise, like an crystal LCD or LED stand of Team Philakone, a Team Philakone bobblehead. That's going to be pretty cool. And a bookmark. The book it's designed to really inspire you. And anybody who buys this package, it's going to go for $1,250. And there's only 100 copies available. Everything I make is usually limited copy. So there's 100 copies. And anybody who buys it, first of all, you're going to get all of that above. But you're also entered into a draw. You're entered into a draw where it's an all-inclusive vacation. I'm going to fly you guys down to Istanbul, get you your own hotel for 3 days with me. And I'm going to take you guys around Istanbul and show you the whole city. And we're also going to day trade together as well and just hang out for 3 days. You can ask me whatever you want. Everything is on me. We're going to go to some of the craziest and most expensive restaurants in the whole city. And it's going to be a really cool 3-day vacation. So that's coming up very soon. In about 3 weeks, I'm releasing this package. And if you guys want to pre-order it or if you want some more information, definitely DM me. And other than that, you guys don't really have too many questions today. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Well, Dean, some coins just don't move, right? In relation to Bitcoin. I don't understand why they don't, but some coins just might have a stronger fundamental base during that given moment. There might be just higher market sentiment to move those specific coins. I really don't know why they don't move and some do. It just has all to do with the beta. And it just has to do with timing as well. For example, Sol, right, it ended up moving a gigantic amount, more than any other coin, like 230%. But now it's not really doing anything. But its day will come. Just be patient. Is it possible that BTC already did an inverted head and shoulders? Yes, it is possible. I'll explain to you what I mean. I looked at that too, and that was a very good observation. So yes, it's absolutely possible already that Bitcoin already did the inverted head and shoulders like this. So you might not be able to see it here, but the inverted head and shoulders basically just goes like this. Where is it? It's from here to here to there to there to here and to there. Do you see it? Now do you see it? See what I mean? I don't want to draw it perfect. I'm too lazy, but you get the idea. Right, guys? Right here. There you go. There's your inverted head and shoulders. So yeah, it's possible that the inverted head and shoulders occurred already. And that's why it broke up. Do you use a trading journal software or Excel for trade management? I don't really do that anymore, Marijo. The reason I don't is because it was more so important at the beginning of my career. When I first started trading and I made a lot of mistakes, I needed a way to document and catalog the statistics of my trade. Now I more so focus on just sticking to my rules and not breaking them. So I don't document anymore, but the documentation process is incredibly critical to your success long term. If you are not documenting, you are probably not going to be a successful trader. And back then, I used the what do you call it? Excel. So Sima, the way that I'm doing the course for the people that bought it already is I'm going to offer basically the same thing, but you're not going to obviously get the course or the lifetime Discord. I'm going to ask for a price of $400, which will get you the gift, the box set. And because you're just basically paying the difference. You're paying the difference. So I'm going to ask for the difference in price, which is about $400, but I'm gonna stick with 4 because it costs so much to produce, man. But you'll get the gift box set, you'll get all the knickknacks that come with it, and I'll show everything when I get them all in, and you're entered into the draw as well. That's what we thought we would do to make it fair. Yes, I do use the point of control for volume profiler. The volume profiler is right here. You basically go to this one, then you go to fixed range profile. You take an entry point, for example, like if I were to use a volume profiler and I went back, so for example right here, if I started from here and I did it for like here or something up to there, so it's going to show me that okay, that was a little bit too much. I didn't mean that. I don't know why it's going all the way up there. Maybe it's taking this whole range, that's why. Yeah, it's taking the range from here to all the way there. So yeah, but usually you just take a range from here to there, for example, and you're going to see that it's going to tell you the point of control. So it's telling me right here, for example, the resistance is around 29,300. What is the EMA X1? Okay, the EMA X1 is a really cool thing that I use. All that it is it's using 3 EMAs in one. So for example, if I don't want to turn on the 8, the 13, and the 21 EMA all at once. So this one here just combines all 3 EMAs into one. Otherwise I have to, otherwise I have to do it one by one, one by one, one by one. And that's really annoying. One by one, one by one, one by one. So I just use this one as the 3, 13, 21. So it's just called EMA 3x1 in your indicator, right? So EMA 3x1 right here. And then you just choose the EMAs that you want. I use 8, 13, and 21, and that's it. So I think that's kind of it today. You guys did a great job answering or asking questions. I really appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. Make sure that you guys are hitting the like, the subscribe, and the notification button. I would appreciate it. And make sure you guys check out the website. It's in the description below. Pick it up, guys. You want to get it. Trust me, you want to get this mouse pad. It is something that's guaranteed to change the way that you trade. And I wouldn't have made it if I didn't believe that if you guys read this every single day, it is guaranteed to help you become a better trader. And you know what else is going to help you become a better trader? Wearing this hat. You guys are going to become the ultimate day trader. You're going to belong to the Day Traders Club with Team Philakone. And it's going to be awesome to wear this. These are so comfortable to wear. You want to feel and look proud. And I know that you guys respect my trading style and respect my profits that I make as well. And you want to get there as well. So pick up some merch and support me. See you guys later. Have a good night.